Hey guys, it's Dante of Ferrigno Freedom Channel. Welcome back. It's always good to see you guys. I know it's been a few days since I've made a new video. Katie and I are getting so antsy about getting into our new house. We feel like everything is just, we've got clothes packed in places. If you could see the inside of this room, it would just be, my wife would kill me, first of all, because she would be so mortified that I would show how packed in everything is. But we have clothes on top of clothes, packed in on bars. We got stuff next to our bed that takes up all the room in the world. I've got papers everywhere. We are just so tired of living in 300 square feet. We could absolutely go bananas. And I've been wanting to do an exercise video with you guys, but it has been pouring down rain this past week, and it's been hard to get outside to do much of anything with the camera, that is. So I thought I would come back and share another little bit of information with you. And this actually comes from a viewer. This particular thing that I saw here is, it has to do with pineapple, which I thought was kind of interesting. Let me go ahead and bring it up so you can see it. Horror as people realize when you're eating pineapple, the pineapple is eating you. And this made me think of Dr. Chafee and Dr. Kiltz and a number of other doctors out there who have been trying to tell me that vegetables are trying to kill you, you know, and I subscribe to that generally, but I still I read the Bible and I see where people eat vegetables and that it talks about honey being good for you and things like that, even though it's not giving you nutritional information when it says stuff like that. It was actually making a euphemism in that particular verse, and I think Jeremiah, or was it Proverbs, I can't remember where, but it was talking about honey is sweet to the taste, and it was talking about comparing it to something spiritual. So I'm not really sure what to take away from what the Bible tells me about the foods. I do know that the clean meats seem to be the ones that do me the best, the ruminant animals, but when it comes to vegetables, I have a hard time throwing them out completely. I realize that they need to, at the very least, be boiled to death to get all the toxins out of them. But even better is eating animals that are capable of removing plant toxins because they have multi-chambered stomachs that are designed to do just that, and eating their meat. So you get the best of both when you eat ruminant animals, as far as I'm concerned. And I've really been trying to get my wife and kids more onto an all natural food diet, even though I don't know that they're ready to go full carnivore. If they were, I would certainly encourage them and join them or help them along with their progress. But just getting them off of processed foods, I think, is so vitally important. But I'm taking a closer look at vegetables today. At least in this case, I'm taking a look at fruit, which is a vegetation. You know, it grows from plants, so it's a form of vegetation. And this was really interesting. So this article talks about, when describing the fruit, the words that usually come to mind include sweet, juicy, maybe even crunchy. But it's clear stabby is in no one's repertoire when it comes to talking about our 5-a-day. I don't know what that means, talking about our 5-a-day. But I get what he's getting at, is that stabby is not something you would consider to be a feature of something you want to eat to be a descriptive factor, is that it's stabbing me. So it's of no surprise that the internet has been put into full-blown meltdown after realizing when you're eating pineapple, the pineapple is eating you. I'm not so sure about the internet going into full meltdown mode, because if it weren't for my text message from Brian Beckwith on this, I wouldn't have known anything about it. So it's a little of an overstatement. The news has come as so much of a shock that some former pineapple lovers have since vowed to never take another bite of the tropical fruit again. All right, so let's take a look at the video they're talking about. Unfortunately, this is only in TikTok format, so you're going to see a YouTube version of it, because I'm not putting TikTok on my equipment to save my life.
Well, after eating pineapple, it's cause we are getting stabbed by thousands of tiny needles called raphidas. These crystals of calcium oxalate poke holes in your cell membranes, causing irritation. Won't stop me from eating this delicious fruit. Why do our mouths tingle after eating?
Okay, well, at least it was short. I'd like to know if there's any more science behind that. That's, when we hear calcium oxalate, those of us who are familiar with oxalates, it can be clear that oxalic acid and what's in a lot of green vegetables and things like that can be really rough on your body. All right, let's take a look at How Do Pineapples Eat Us Back? The SciShow.
Itself are made of proteins. Ah, the pineapple. One of my very favorites, so sweet, juicy, and also painful. Because this tropical sensation can leave you with a kind of raw, burning feeling in your mouth. Because when you are eating pineapple, it is eating you back. See, pineapple contains a substance called bromelain. It's like a cocktail of different mouth eaters because it contains a bunch of enzymes that breaks down things like cellulose and proteins. And it's those protein-breaking enzymes, or proteases in particular, that wreak havoc for your mouth. Because both the saliva that lubricates your teeth, tongue, and cheeks, and the actual mouth flesh itself are made of proteins. So it's sort of chewing up that flesh. Ugh. Bromelain breaks down those proteins and exposes your mouth bits to the pineapple's acidic juices, making it extra irritating. But it's not like pineapple keeps chomping away at you all through your digestive system. Stomach acid breaks the enzyme.
Wait. All right, you just told me the food that I'm eating is eating my mouth. And then he segues into, well, it's not like it's doing it in your digestive system. Isn't eating your mouth bad enough? I mean, I need my mouth to eat. If it's eating my mouth, I won't even go there. I mean, we already know how bad oxalates can be. And if these things are made of calcium oxalates and they're needle-shaped, I definitely don't want this in my system. I mean, granted, I'm already not eating fruit as it is, but to see some of the science behind this, and then to hear people still say, yes, but it's good for you. Yes, you should eat it. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Down and reduces its activity. And if you thought that only the pineapple's fruity part eats your mouth, well, we got bad news for you. Bromelain is also found in pineapple stems, which actually has more protein digesting power than fruit, which can be quite useful when you want it to eat away at something. Say, like using leftover pineapple pulp to make an anti-plaque toothpaste. Scientists have observed that bromelain has a host of other potential uses too, including as a treatment for osteoarthritis, autoimmune disease.
Okay, so wait. It eats your mouth, so we're going to put it on toothpaste that goes in your mouth. All right, see, science guys, people in science just really confuse me sometimes. This guy is telling me he's a science guy, right? So he's probably pretty smart and he's paying attention to all this stuff. But is he even listening to what he's saying? It's okay to make toothpaste with something that eats your mouth because it eats plaque. Okay. This is the same justification people use to use fluoride.
What other issues might be of concern with fluoride? It's absorbed by the pineal gland as much as it is by the bones. It also can have an effect on the thyroid gland. It may inhibit the functioning of the thyroid gland.
But makes your teeth whiter. I don't even know how to really respond to this other than one thing I can say is, since I've been eating meat, I hardly ever have any plaque ever. The only times I get plaque is when I step out of line and I have something that has sugar in it, which is usually a piece of bacon. Or if in the past, when I've cheated, I remember even early on in my diet, I tried having a Pop-Tart once after a few months of doing lion diet, and it tasted awful because I was so used to eating that clean ruminant animal meat. But the day after I had that, it was like all the cleanliness of my teeth was gone. It was covered with this film again, which was plaque, and if you're eating the right things, you don't have to use the same things you're eating that cause plaque to kill the plaque, because pineapple is sugary and it's going to cause plaque. I don't get that. I don't get the stretches that they make to come up with how this stuff is supposed to be good for you. Let's go ahead and finish this video real quick.
viral infections, burns, and breast cancer. But exactly how it works is still a little unclear. As an anti-inflammatory, it might decrease the number of amino acids that promote inflammation, or it might fight cancer by triggering the body's immune response to make molecules that signal cancer cells to die. But if that sounds really good to you, maybe don't go downing like 10 straight pineapples just yet. The majority of these studies have been done in rodents, so scientists recommend more clinical studies if you want to get serious about bromelain as a therapy. So although researchers don't know everything about what makes pineapple so special, it is doing a bit of good. Even if at the same time it is destroying your mouth just a little.
I've seen enough. Wow. Okay. So if you like eating things that are eating you, keep eating fruit. Because apparently I saw somewhere else that even kiwi has bromelain in it. And we know that spinach and many other green vegetables have plenty of oxalates. When those things get stuck in your system, they're likely to be the cause of leaky gut, which is very likely what I had, that doctors had no answers for. That not until I started eating meat only, and specifically ruminant meat, water, and salt, did I get rid of my gut problems that were so bad. They had me built up $20,000 in hospital and doctor bills, and doctors looking at me like I was crazy. Meat has changed everything. Cutting out the vegetables, cutting out the fruit, cutting out the processed garbage, all of that stuff. I don't deal with plaque. I don't deal with other problems I used to have, like high blood pressure. I don't have to take a whole bunch of supplements like I used to in the hopes of trying to be healthy, and only finding out constantly that I'm not healthy as I keep going to the doctor and asking for help and getting told, we don't have any answers for you. Here's your bill. It seems like the answer is right in front of their faces. It's right in front of all of our faces, and we're just not willing to see it. Anyway, that's what I think. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, stick around for this quick message from Carnivore Crisps, and I'll see you guys next time. Being able to have these at the end of an intermittent fast, wonderful. Which one is that?
It's pork loin.
What can I say? They're good. I like the brisket. You like them?
You sure? I love them.
He left us a bag and he was Carnivore Crisps. And I was seriously thinking of stopping and getting some fast food just so I could nibble on something, but I didn't want to do it. But it saved me from eating food I shouldn't eat and don't want to eat. So very, very thankful.
If we pay extra, could we maybe get some grease or fat?